So welcome back to another free online lessons. So in this free online lesson, we are going to learn about our steel structure design. So in today's class, we're going to learn about how do we design frame structure, and also how do we insert all the I-beams inside our structure. So right now we are going to start our So right now we're going to start our class. So what we are going to be learning today will be 2D sketch. And then after that, we are going to do 3D sketch. After that, insert our I-beam, our notch, trim, end cap, pose, and then lastly, our angles. So just open up your Autodesk Inventor and then open new. So after you click new, click on metric and then select standard IAM. So this one is our assembly. So click on this and then click create. So after you click create, it will load our assembly file. So sometimes it will take a bit of time for it to load out our assembly file. So after we have created our assembly file, go ahead and click on create, because right now we don't have any part, create part. I'm going to name this part wireframe, and make sure to use the template as metric standard IPT, not IAM, not the others. Go to metric standard IPT. So click on that and then click on OK. So after you have done that, click on OK. And now click on origin. You'll see that your mouse have a little block beside it. So click on any plane inside here. So click on it and then it will bring you to this 3D model. So here we are going to start our 2D sketch. So click on 2D sketch and then select our XY plane. So what are we going to be drawing is something like this. So this is our base. So it's 7,000 times 2,000. So I'm going to use rectangle, draw a rectangle, 2,000, tap, 7,000. So here I'm going to drag my rectangle on top of it and continue my drawing. So the space here is about 2,000 and then 2,500, and also the last one 2,500. So we are going to use the line, then draw out two straight lines over at here. And after that, I'm going to use dimension to specify its base. So this one will be 2,000, and this one will be 2,500. So after I've done that, I can go ahead and finish my sketch. So after I finish my sketch, I'm going to start my 3D sketch. So this is roughly our 3D sketch based on our 2D sketch. So start by clicking 3D sketch on top of here, and then select the first point, click line, select your first point, and then make sure to open up your auto mode to make it easier to draw. Because right now we are going to drawing on straight line only. So here, which is 1,005, so 1,500. So 2,000 over here, 2,000 to that side. Okay, 2,000 to this side. this side and close up the front. After that, draw the line towards here. Next step, we are going to draw our 3300 height of this 3D sketch. So start by drawing from here, go up, and then 3300. So do the same over at 1, 2, at the other 5 corners. So 3300 over here, same over here, here, and this two. So after you have done that, we can go ahead and draw the sides of here and also at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just click on line and click here, make sure it's straight, and then key in 2500. Same goes for here. So 2000 over here, 2500 over here, and then connect the last point. Also, don't forget the middle and also the top. So for the top, I'm just going to click to connect all the lines together. And also over here. And now we are going to do 2 more lines over here and 1 over at the midpoint. So we are going to draw 1 from here to here. So the total is 5000. And 1 over here. So I'm going to define their dimension as 600 in between, and from the side to this point is 700. So this one will be equal on both sides. And also down here, go back to your line, 2000, and draw 1 at here, 2000. After you've done that, do the same thing as you have done on top. So here will be 600, and over here and here will be 700. So after you have drawn that, you can go ahead and draw from the midpoint. So to find the midpoint, just hover around this point until a green dot pop up. Click it and click on the opposite side. So same goes for here. A green dot will appear, and then same on the other side. Okay, and the last one. So after you have drawn that, you can go ahead and exit your 3D drawing. And then what I'm going to do now is turn off my 2D sketch on the bottom of our 3D drawing. So just to turn off, just right click on here, sketch 1, your 2D sketch, and then turn off its visibility. So what are we going to do now is insert all this beam onto our drawing. So our beam will be I-beam, and this will be all the specifications. So first, we're going to click return to return to our assembly, and I'm going to choose design and then click on insert frame. So when you click on insert frame, it'll call you to save your assembly. So here I'm going to put structure, save it, press OK. And now we'll pop up our properties for our frame. So first is I-beams. So GISG. So this is the specification, and the size will be 100 times 100 times 6. So after you have done that, you can go ahead and insert our vertical poles. So here I'm going to insert at the middle. Okay, right over here, here, here. So all this, and click on this plus button over here. So click on the plus button, click on OK. It will pop up all this frame member naming. So I'm not gonna edit anything. So I'm just going to click on OK. So it will create something like this. So to make you guys easier to look with, so I'm going to choose my view as shaded with edge. So this will be our not wireframe, our I-beam that is lined to our wireframe. So next up, we are going to do the horizontal side of here. And using the same I-beam, I'm going to select all this over here. But instead of insert at the middle, as you can see here, the midpoint that is following the wireframe is at middle. I'm going to set it on top of here. So this one, it will lay flat on this wireframe. Select all the wire. And also on the top, select every single wireframe that we have just drawn. And then click on. So make sure all the wireframe is flat, not like this. So I'm going to edit some. So select this, make sure it's flat. Make sure this one is also flat. And also this one. After done that, you can click on OK to create all the I-beams. So here we are. So after you have done that, you can go ahead and turn off your sketch to make it neat. So I'm going to turn off my visibility first. So here you go. This is our structure. So this is our base. So right here, you can see some of the I-beams is overlapping on top of another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use notch to cut out the notch over at here. So I'm going to select the one I want to cut out first. So I'm going to select all of this. So the one that is interacting with our vertical pole. Everything here. And select our notch tool. So I'm going to select every single vertical pole. So this will take some time to load depending on your specification of your PC. So select every vertical pole over here. And also the last one. So after you have done that, you can go ahead and click plus or OK. So I'm going to click on the plus button. So it will take a while to load out the end result also. So after the end result is finished, so as you can see here, this beam that I've just selected has cut into inside here. So it notched around this vertical beam. So I'm going to do the same to here. So select this. all the middle ones, and I'm going to notch it with all this. So select the notch frame, click here, 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 and this too. So same, I'll click on plus to add the notch. So if I zoom in again, you can see that my notch is made over here. So after that, I can go ahead and notch this two length and this two with this. So again, select this, select this two and this two, and then select our frame over at here, here, here. So all this that is facing the front, we'll select all of that to notch out the shape for this 4 beams. So after you have selected it, you can go ahead and click on the plus button. It will take some time to load out all the end result. And after you have selected the last one, you can just go ahead and click on the plus button. So while waiting for it, just click on the plus button. So it will take some time to load this out also. So after we have done this, we can go ahead and cut off. So here you can see, yeah, it has notch over at here. So after we have done this, we can go ahead and close this notch. And right now, I'm going to trim off all the excess over at here. So what I'm going to use is trim or extend. So here, they want you to select a face. So I'm going to select this face. And I'm going to select these two beams. So here you can see the preview of the cut. So what I'm going to do is set the gap over at here to 12 mm. So after I've done that, I can press on plus and do the same on each side. So select faces, select the two beams, and press on plus. So do this to every single pole that is exceeding the main pole. So what I'm going to do is here, zoom in, click, 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 plus, and on this side, click, 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 plus. So select this face too, then these 4 beams, then click on plus. So the last one will be here, which is this face. Zoom in, select this face, select the 4 beams, and click on plus. So after you're done that, we can close the properties for the trim and extend. And if I zoom in here, you can see there's a little gap over here. So this little gap for us is to insert our end cap. So to insert end cap, I'm just going to click on here, beside insert frame, insert end cap. I'm going to insert all the end cap at the vertical pole first. So click on this, set my thickness to 12 and the offset to -20. So why -20? So right here, you can see there's space on the side here. So select all of the bottom and click on plus. So press on OK. So this will be our end cap at the bottom. So at here, it will be a little bit different. So the size offset, we're going to set to 0. And then the thickness, we're going to set it to 12. Because just now the gap over at here is 12. And then select every single faces that have a gap. So over here, so on top of here too, over at here, every single one that has a gap in between them. So here, 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 and here. After you've done that, click on OK. So here it's our end cap that we have just made. And after that, we are going to make the holes that is in between the end cap and this foundation pole. So over at here, we are going to make the holes at here. So to do that is just to, let's say, I'm going to find the end cap. So at here, sharp corners. So I'm going to find this end cap, double click on this, and then it will bring me back to this 3D model. So I'm just going to click on this hole function, specify at here, set it to 17 mm, and then set the offset from top is 30, and the offset from the side is 23. To do that, just click on the side of this face. So again, click to select the hole, click on this side to specify. So from bottom up, 30, and from the side is 23. So same goes to here, insert from top 30, and from the side 23. Same as here, 23, 30. So after you have done that, click on OK or enter. So here will be our hole. And let's say if I exit this drawing, return, all of the hole will be duplicated to my end cap. So here, where all the end cap is associated with him will be edited together along with our end cap that we have just made a hole in. So after you have done that, we can go ahead and do the last part, which is our angle over here. So this is our structural support angle over here. So what are we going to do is go back to your 3D sketch, right click to make it visible, right click, click on visible. And what I'm going to do here is double click on it to edit. So after I went inside, I'm going to use line, and now I'm going to turn off my auto mode. Click on here and here from corner to corner. Same goes for here, corner to corner. Same as here, here, and also the other side. So at the other side, same thing over here. Same goes for here. So over at here, same thing. Use line, zoom in, and over at here, and also last at here. So after you've done that, you can go ahead and finish your sketch, then return to your assembly. So after you have returned to your assembly, same thing, insert frame, but this time we are going to use angles, right, like this. So angles, choose GIS, and then equal angles. So the size will be 25 times 25 times 3. So here, I'm going to just hover around here to see the insertion point. Make sure our insertion point is at the side over here. And here, click on both sides and make sure it doesn't overlap with each other. Same goes for here. Zoom in. here, and also the last part, which is this one. So after you have done that, same as just now, you can go ahead and click on OK. So click on OK again. So here we have our angle. Same as just now, we can turn off our 3D sketch. And here we can see that the angle is not overlap at each other, which is a good sign. And right now we are going to trim off all this excess. So same thing as just now. I'm going to use trim or extend. Set this to 0 mm and then click on the faces that we want to select, which is this here, and then select this two part. So after we have done that, click on plus. So same things goes at this side. Choose this face, this, and this. Click on plus. Same with the other side. Here and here, click on plus. So the last one, same thing, and click on plus. So after you have done that, you can see here, our angle is not exceeded to our vertical I-beam. But on top of here, it's still coming out. So same thing we'll do on the underside. Choose your face, select the beams. So in this case, I choose all the beams over here. Click on plus, and same on the other side. So use selecting tool, select, and then click on plus. So after you have done that, we have finished our structural design, our steel structural design. This is. So if you zoom in here, you can see that our angle is not exceeded to the I-beam, and all the I-beam have holes in between to the foundation. So there you have it. This is how you make your structural design from a wireframe. So that's all for today's class. For more free online video, you can go to our ACAD Systems YouTube, and then there we have a lot more. You can explore it. And also, if you have any questions about training, you can go to our ACAD Systems website for inquiry. So that's all for today. Thank you for your time to attend this class. And that's all for today.